Ray Woods here, channel Crab Out the Bucket. On this channel, I give advice and tips from my past mistakes through financial education, mindset, and business and career growth. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I come out with more quality content. And in today's video, you can see I got the board. So I'm going to be discussing different budgeting tips for low-income households and some money hacks for this year so you can move forward in life and learn some of the things that I didn't know and some of the mistakes that I made so you don't make those same mistakes. Now, you got two different approaches here, right? You got a side hustle and then you got no side hustle. And if you're making minimum wage, if you're making $10 an hour, if you're making $12 an hour, honestly, if you're not making more than $50,000 a year, maybe I'll give you $40,000 to $50,000. I would not even be considering a side hustle. If you're making less than that, don't worry about no side hustle. This is your answer. No side hustle at all. And I'll tell you right here, if I could go back to the times I was making a lot lower income, I wouldn't have done not a damn thing. I wouldn't have done nothing. I would have just put some money away. I wouldn't have done anything, but I was living paycheck to paycheck. Even when I started making a little more money, I was living paycheck to paycheck because I didn't understand how to budget. I didn't understand how to save money. And I started trying to get in the side hustle when I knew I shouldn't have been doing that. I would have not done that back in the day. Okay, let's keep these numbers simple. And we're going to say, let's say you make $10 an hour, okay? Low income. And you're bringing $1,600 a month, okay? Assuming that you work 40 hours a week. Now, we'll get into overtime. But let's just keep it at 40 hours a week. Or, you know, if you do overtime, if it's not consistent, you don't want to calculate that in your income. You always want to keep your base pay because you never know if a company will allow you to work overtime each and every time. I've seen it happen too many times where people get paid overtime and they adjust their bills to that overtime pay by raising their bills higher. And then when their boss or anybody comes in, they're like, hey, we no longer can do overtime. Now they have a bunch of bills that's over their base income. So make sure you just work with your base income. So $10 an hour at 40 hours a week is going to give you $1,600, that week or that month for the whole entire month. Okay. So we got the income here at $1,600 and we got our expenses. And let's just put some random numbers down. Now, a lot of people don't really have money. You know, statistics say that most people, I think it's like 6 out of 10 Americans, won't even have $500 in their savings account if something bad was to happen. Usually they either borrow the money from somebody else or they potentially use a credit card if they even have enough for that credit card. So we're going to go to our expenses and we look at the rent is $800. You got our car note that's $200. You have the insurance that's $100. You have credit card that's $50. Gas and groceries $300. Phone is $100 and internet is $50. You have no money left. No money left. You need to have money to put in your savings account, okay? Here's how we can fix that. Here's some hacks that we can use that I would have never even known, and I keep up with this so much. I even still find ways to this day that I make more money and was able to put myself in position to find ways to lower my expenses so I can save more money to do what I would like to do as far as investing or anything like that. And that's the goal that you want to be able to do. You want to be able to invest. You want to be able to, if you have money to put away for your kids' college or anything like that. So let's just say we have $0 left. What we're going to do is we're going to look at some of these expense items and see what we can negotiate, okay? When you come to things like rent, you kind of can't negotiate rent because that's only controlled by the investor that owns the property that you're staying in. Now, if you're buying a home or you're paying a mortgage, that's different. So if we go to the rent, we can't really negotiate that. We're just going to check that off. We're going to say, okay, rent's $800. Either if we have to, you can go to a lower apartment and pay rent. Maybe you can get down to $600. Maybe you can get down to $500. Who knows? It depends on the area. And your car note is not really negotiable either. So let's just keep that there. The only thing that's really negotiable when it comes to a car would be the interest rate on the vehicle. And we're going to go to our insurance. Now the insurance here, you can possibly shop around. So let's just say you got liability for your vehicle and you're paying $100 a month and you're paying with, I don't know, Allstate. We're going to go shop around for different insurances. There's so many different insurance companies. There's so many different websites where you can go and look for better rates for your car insurance. And let's just say we find an insurance and we're able to chop this in half and we're able to pay $50 for the same coverage, for the same liability coverage, okay? So now, if you just looked at it, we saved you $50. So we're gonna add a $50 that you have left, okay? Now, your credit card. You got your credit card payments. You need to get rid of this right now, okay? You should not have a balance on your credit card if you're making around this money. And in another video, I'll explain to you why you shouldn't have a balance on that $50 card, on that credit card. You shouldn't have a balance so you can benefit that. But that's in a whole nother video. So we need to get rid of that. So let's just say you got rid of the balance and we're going to chop this down to $0. You just added another $50 in your pocket, okay? Now we're going to our groceries and our gas. If you're driving all over the place and you know you shouldn't be driving all over the place, you need to stop, okay? Sit down at home. Sit down. Stay at home and don't go anywhere. Save your gas money or take the bus, take a train. Get rid of your car and ride a bike if that's applicable to you, okay? And if you do that, you can take the car note completely off and save you another $200. But let's just say you have the car, you want to save some gas. Stop traveling so many places. For now, you want to just try to minimize the amount of gas that you have to use for your vehicle. So let's just say we was able to bring the gas down per month $30, okay? We was able to bring it down $30. And then also look at where you're shopping. Look at things on, as far as your groceries, how can you save some money shopping? Maybe you need to get some coupons. Maybe you need to go to a grocery store that's a little cheaper until you can get your money up so you're able to get some better quality food. Because I know, because I've been there, paying for food at Walmart or paying for food at these little grocery stores where the eggs are powdered or you don't want to eat that stuff all the time. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you want to work on getting out of this situation so you can start saving some money and get some better groceries in this scenario. But let's just say for this case, you're able to cut the gas and the groceries down and you're able to take everything down by $100, and I brought that to $200. So now you're able to add another $100 there. Your phone bill. What I learned about the phone bill is that these companies tend to have different programs that a lot of people may or may not know about. They may send in an email, they may send it in the mail, and most people just throw the mail away when it could be a different deal. I'll use an example. When I called AT&T, I went AT&T, and my bill was like $250, right? And I said, hey, is there a way that I can save money on this bill? What is going on? And they're like, yeah, sure. We have this different program, and it's still going to give you unlimited data and still unlimited talk and text, and you have to pay some fees for international, but that's cool. But we can give you that plan, and it's going to cut my bill by $40. So now my phone bill, or let's use it in this case, is $60. My phone bill actually went down $50. So in this case, you can talk to the phone company and see what deals they're having. And if they don't have any deals, then shop around for different phone companies that's going to save you some money. Now, you didn't add in an extra $40 in there. You see where I'm going with this? Internet it varies, so it depends on who your provider is, but most of the time you can get a good deal at $50, or you may be able to cut it down $40. And so let's just say you was able to find somebody else and you saved you $10 here, okay? And we're gonna add another $10 up here. So right here we got $250 that you now have left sitting in your checking account, and you want to take that money and put it in your savings account. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Put it in your savings account and use that so you can make the come up. I want to close this video out with an important message. There are tons of people that do not know how to budget, whether it be families with low income or high income. What I want you to understand is that when you pay attention to how much you're getting paid by looking at your pay stubs and paying attention to what expenses you have, and your financial situation will change. There are too many people that just spend and do not look at their account until it is negative. Pay attention to your income and educate yourself to increase it before doing anything else. Then track your expenses, whether it be on paper or on a computer. Just track it. Look for ways to save and store away extra money. I have been in the same situation where I made the same amount of money with rent at $500 and the same amount with money with rent almost triple that, and have more money saved over with the higher rent payment. It was ridiculous. It is because I was tired of living that way. I was tired of wondering where all my money went. I was sick of paying overdraft fees. I was tired of being financially uneducated and always stressed about money. I made the change, and so can you. Ray Woods, grab out the bucket.